That's what I mostly have.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it.
Well, hold on. Maybe before we make the deal, I can eat one last cupcake.
Don't tell me you're not the same person. You're always my husband and I've been waiting.
Hey, look, I made a bridge. It only took me like, what, 10 seconds? 11 tops.
Gentlemen, we're just here to talk with that man. We don't want any trouble. Most of us.
Сейчас ничего не получится. Сейчас все получится.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well,
Broomhilde here is my property. And I can choose to do with my property whatever I so desire.
Driving down a main street in my daddy's Chevrolet, picking you up a DQ at 6 o'clock Friday. First date, sweaty palms, feeling kind of nervous. All I see in the rearview mirror's my lip twitching tonight. George Strait song, turn up and down. Sound so perfect with your baby blue eyes. Got a flask full of JD hidden underneath the seat. Let's pull out the blanket, let's go lay down by the creek so I can get lost in the twinkle of your lovey, lovey, lovey-dovey eyes. It's a nice cool night, way out here with you. Walking with the fireflies, girl, I can't undo. Me falling in love with everything you do. Let's try slowing it down and make it last all night through. George Strait song, turn up and down. Lovey, lovey, lovey-dovey eyes. Lovey-dovey eyes, lovey-dovey.
Hello, 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 everyone who is tuning into our stream, whether live or in a recording. I'm very happy to see some familiar faces in the chat already. Hello to you as well. Please get seated, get comfortable, get a sweet beverage of your choice if you'd like, and of course, get ready to learn some new insights. My name is Kata, your loyal and valiant and probably the most favorite host, since I'm the only one so far, and I'm going to be your guide in this fun, new, insightful stream. And of course, I want to say, if you like what you see and you want to learn more, dive more into this knowledge, you can join the animation courses today. Join our school because we have courses that are spanning from 2D traditional animation and visual development to short film creation. This is perfect for new and already established artists who are looking to unlock the next level in their art journey. So join our school today and of course be amazed what you will be able to achieve tomorrow. So today we will be approaching a very challenging, especially for new animators, yet a very rewarding exercise, the art of animating walk cycles. Walking is the most natural way to make a character move on screen. Yet sometimes when you try doing a walk cycle, your characters look very stiff. The rhythm of the walk looks off and starts breaking over time, and everything looks like it's disconnected parts instead of one living body. So today in this workshop, we will study balance, weight, timing, and harmony of motion under the watch, and of course, live demo of Edward Kurchevsky. He's a 2D animator and director whose work includes Primal, Scavengers Reign, Tales of Alethrion, and many more. So, Edward, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience if there's some people who haven't met you before, and also talk a little bit more about what we are going to do today?
Hello, everyone. My name is Edward. Thank you, Kata. And today we're gonna do walk cycle. Walk cycle is like one of the most challenging exercises in our school because it's gonna be a first exercise on the second course, and that's gonna meet brave first course alumni and probably smash their ambitious probably because it's so complex and so technical. And I used to say that walk cycle is like a gym for animators. Basically, it's not very practical in terms of finding the job because it's not really representing your full potential and capabilities in real tasks in the studio. But it's a great exercise to have it in portfolio because it looks great. It looks amazing when character full on model, full tracked, walking infinitely in space, and it just looks gorgeous. And again, it develops so many important things for your progression in the future. For example, tracking the volumes, understanding the weight, also basically working in construction and then putting character in model. And again, keeping the model while everything is walking. We have like pendulum arms. We have working with the perspective in the legs, and this in complex creates extremely well balanced exercise for your brain and for your skills. So that's why today I want to make this workshop in front of you and help my future students to not get lost in this track of actions and keep everything in mind.
Perfect. I think that was a very great explanation and kind of a tidbit for you to get excited. One thing before we actually dive into the best part of the stream, watching the live demo from our teacher, is I have to give some disclaimers about using the chat. Not only you can say hello, just like Bounce Mouse did right now, hello to you too. You can also ask us questions about the school, about animation as a whole, about walk cycles. There are a couple of rules. They have to be respectful, and of course they have to have a word question in all caps before you actually type the question out, mainly because I have a lot of stuff on my screen. It's going to be, what do you call it? Just for my sake and yours, so you'll get your question read and I won't actually miss it. Sometimes I'll read them right there in the moment. Sometimes I need a little bit more time to put it in the best kind of time slot possible, especially if there's a lot to talk about. But in general, yep, I think all of the disclaimers are done. So I'm ready to give the mic to you, Edward. Happy to listen.
Let me share my screen then. Save, right. All right, let me prepare everything here. All right, so we have a walk cycle. And who do we guess is going to be our character? Of course, going to be our best character ever, a rabbit. So basically, I am importing my rabbit to the paint through guideline, This is a credible tool to use it for placement. So basically I will have front view on the right side and the side view on the left side. And of course, first of all, I will draw my character real quick, keeping the model. And my first pose, I will not just retrace him, I will put him in the first, basically, pose that's called the contact.
Mhm.
Okay. I will show you the most efficient way to make a walk cycle, basically I want to say that every different artist, animator does walk cycle differently. My walk cycle is basically a combination and simplification of certain, basically certain choices, certain decisions was made to make it as it's gonna work today, for basically making like a rule. Again, everyone I saw in the internet different approaches, different contact poses, different passing through poses, but in general it has the same meaning. It's just a matter of approach, basically. And I want to say that today we're gonna do only like neutral walk cycle without any character in it, just like basic walk cycle to practice. And it's exactly what I'm asking my students to do in the class. Because if you're gonna make it in character, it's gonna change. Depends on the character. So we're not gonna have this kind of unification. That's why I simplified my walk cycle towards kind of unification, right? To make everyone make the same exercise.
Makes sense. A lot of different walk cycles would ask you for a lot of different things. For example, if a person is old and they're limping in one leg, the rhythm is going to be completely different.
Exactly.
Or if the energy of the character is going to be depending on their kind of mood and energy levels. Of course, it's going to change.
Exactly. All right. I'm doing this as well.
While you're mapping out the body, we have a question from Denana, KP, and J. And the question goes like this. What are the perfect free programs for animating? That's a bit trick question because it's like a Venn diagram, and unfortunately it's not like one circle. It's like gonna be, it's either something that's very like free, but for example, have their own drawbacks, or you'll have to pay a specific price to get something that you'd find more comfortable. I think if you're more focused on the perfect, I think no program is perfect. Nothing can be, but I think if you're looking for a more streamlined animation experience, I would definitely recommend trying TV Paint. Like right now, we have a question from Yashvi who's asking what software is Edward using. It's TV Paint 11. Is that right?
Yeah, Pro.
Yeah, TV Paint 11 Pro. That's going to be a very streamlined process. I can personally also advocate for Clip Studio Paint, also the version X. It has a different workflow to TV Paint, but it has its own kind of pros and cons. And also, I think there's like a free trial period. I'm not sure if there's a free trial for TV Paint, but there's for Clip Studio.
There is 14 days, I guess.
14 days. So you have enough time to kind of try it out for yourself.
Mhm.
If you're looking for something more simple, it's much lower in price, but it also has a very specific way of drawing. You can try Loom. It's Looo, like M at the end. And it's mainly designed for making these like loops. And it's based on like vector drawings. So they really remind me of those like Macromedia Flash type of drawings, which is also really fun. And it will suit your needs if you're like just starting. It's like a very bare bones interface that's easy to use, and you're able to do a lot of fun stuff in it. And if we're talking about free, so we kind of went from something that's very streamlined, something that's in the middle, and now we're going to something free that I haven't tried myself, but I've seen people do it, and it's very versatile. It's Blender. Blender is open source. Blender is mainly a 3D program, but now a lot of 2D animators and people who do 2D animation have been trying out Blender, and there's much more affordable and interesting customization options you can have for Blender. So 2D animation is definitely possible. There are plenty of animators who do it, but also it's going to be its own pipeline, its own kind of version of it.
Yeah, from my point of view, it's also not best, but how to choose your software. It's to think about studios that where you planning to work, or type of studios that you want to work, and check what software they're using. And for example, from my point of view, it's three main, more two, but sometimes three software using. It's Turbo Harmony, TV Paint, and Adobe Animate. I haven't seen other studios. I never worked in the studios where we're using different softwares. So me personally, I prefer TV Paint. It's very cool drawing tool. It was designed to make it feel more like you're drawing on paper on the animation table, like was before with this like light table, etc. That's why yeah, I'm a big fan of this software.
That makes sense. And what do you think about Moho? I've only tried Moho for a little bit. I know there's now a function where you can have also 2D animation and stuff. And theirs has been a lot of new kind of experiments with Moho. I think there's one Australian studio that has been combining 2D traditional animation and like puppetry to have like very complicated textures on 2D animated characters, which I found really cool, but I can't recommend because I'm not that familiar.
Yeah.
They do have a big tutorial free on YouTube, how to build your character, how to do 2D animation in there. So you can definitely go on a little journey and try it out.
Definitely. All right, so we almost built our first pose. In general, in the walk cycle, we're going to have only 8 poses. So since this leg is on front, our body will be turned to that direction, and this arm will be on front. So again, I'm just drawing my first pose in design. After, we're not gonna do it. We're gonna draw character in structure. It's only the first pose. Don't draw your character right away in the full design. Every drawings, it's not efficient. You will see why. So if you're my student and you watching it in the recordings, again, please follow simultaneously with me. Stop the video, draw, make the same steps with me. And when you're ready, continue. Again, it's like in the gym, when you're watching some video on YouTube about like apps, it's just simultaneous work with your tutor, with your trainer. So you see, I'm using my design, but I'm changing it towards my needs, right? Basically, it's gonna be like that. It's probably will change when I will. Oh, actually, I completely. I have to flip the body. So it's fine because he's symmetrical. It's gonna be opposite arm in the front. So he is, for example, right leg and left arm should go to the front. So it's going to be opposite. And also look, I'm drawing already my my hands in perspective. Kind of making it more towards the camera and in opposite direction. And of course, it's gonna get shorter. Look at my shorts. This shorts on the design was drawn straight because legs was straight. But in my case, you see my legs in perspective. That's why my shorts are slightly shorter because when they're gonna be straight, they're gonna be longer. When they're gonna be in perspective, they will be shorter, right? Because it's coming
obviously
towards us. Look, it's just if you look at the side view, it's working this way, like pendulum.
Yeah, you can observe it in your normal regular life as well. You don't even have to film yourself. You can just put your arm up and see where your arm sleeve goes.
Yeah, I'm
The
also
shape is definitely going to change.
flipping my model to not get too far from it. Also, your shoulders will be more narrow because we have perspective movement where our one shoulder going toward the camera and another one going behind. That's why our shoulders become close to each other.
Makes sense. And the hands are going to be as pendulums as well. They're going to follow up with the shoulders. When you mentioned the pendulums, I realized how much stuff from the first course.
Yeah.
In exercises, it's basically building up to trying them on kind of a more new, complicated task. It's the same pendulums, perspectives, keeping the volumes together, like in the turnaround, but basically applying it on a new surface.
Exactly. Basically, everything what you're gonna do in life, in your career, it's first course. It's a foundation, just more complicated way. But everything, 12 principles, slow in, slow out, weight shifting, amortization, overshoot, arcs, rhythm, desynchronization, everything what we're doing in the first course. Unfortunately, people from the first class cannot physically and mentally learn and use it right away. Nobody can. You cannot just like, you're not robot that you just record information and you use it without failing, right? And it's normal. But I mean, from experience, I can say that my students understand the first course only on the third course, because how to say, the critical mass, the critical volume of the knowledge gets to the point when you start to understand, like inside, like it becoming like you eyes you just close, opening, right? In certain moments when the I would say mass of the knowledge, right, like quantity of the knowledge get to some certain level, and you just start to understand it finally. It's like in video games, like level up. You're just gaining your experience, and when you're gonna get level up, you're just like, oh my god, now I understand. It sounds yeah, funny, but it's really like this. So our body will be like twisted like that. All right, so our first pose is ready. It's time to make second pose. Like I said, in a walk cycle, there is only 8 poses. But actually, there is only 2 main ones. And then we're gonna do it now. So what I'm doing, I'm placing my character in the in the grid, and I will just make it a side view. I have to keep my proportions the same. Since it's the same walk cycle, just like recorded from 2 different cameras simultaneously, everything should be working together.
Yep.
For example, if your side view is going down, your full body should go down as well. If one arm goes up on the side view, the same arm should go up in the front view.
We have a question from Bounce Mouse. Are there any exceptions to that rule for different body parts?
I mean, in this exercise, no, except legs. Legs are moving separately because they going in different respective directions, but the body should move, I mean, theoretically at least, the same. Of course, if it's gonna be slightly different, it's fine. The overall impression should be the same. And again, this rule that everything should be on the same line, the same position, it's more like a help than just like restriction to make it to make animation more complicated. You will see why.
And also we have another question. What changes if we use more or less than 8 poses?
Complication. More poses, more possible mistakes. So for now, we need only 8 to make standardized kind of walk without, I mean, we walk speed without too fast or too slow motions. So yeah, so 8, it's very good number.
Yeah, it's like I've heard like putting breakdowns and in-betweens can make or break the rest of your keys. Because a lot of it, what details you add and put on your initial foundation will kind of influence what you have in the end result. So sometimes simple is just better, especially if you're just trying it out.
Right. All right. One leg goes forward. And it connects here. And another leg goes backward. And it should connect here. And the length of the leg should be the same. I mean, only one thing. One leg will be a bit lower because of the perspective. It's closer to us. That's why I'm gonna make it a little bit lower as well here. All right, and let me also place, like, for example, we have our left leg that goes forward. It means our right arm forward as well. I'm using it from here. And what's important, I have to check the position of the shoulder right here. Make it the same. As more precise your drawings will be, like easier will be for tracking everything and keeping everything on model. So basically, draw it on the wrong layer. I will make it a different layer for the arms to not kind of break my initial drawing, like body. And look at then, and then copy paste. I mean, I will just make it like here. So now I'm doing it on my eyeballs, but actually this is not correct way. I will explain how to measure, how to make it proper. So yeah, also like the thumbs should be on the same level, the point finger, the little fingers should be always in the same level. So this is very important stage where you prepare your body for the walk cycle. And this is one of the rules. it should be the same. Like here, you see it's longer, sure. Make it longer. This is shorter. All right, make it shorter. Also, your wrist should be the same. So if it's not, you have to change it. So for example, it's here, here. All right, and the wrists, right? It's gonna be here. So it means that my hand should be smaller. And the wrist will be here. We have the same, yeah, we have the same line, perfect. When you're gonna take character, existed character from some animation, they probably will not be at the kind of adaptized, let's say, like like they will be not that perfect as we require. So you have to make them perfect. You have to draw them correctly to make everything works together on the same levels. It's exactly, that's why this exercise is so complicated. You may check my students works after. I mean, we have our like compilation of the best demos of the class every 4 months, and you can check, yeah, how they did that, right? How they successfully made this exercise, and it was normally we have only 4 months. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 weeks for this exercise. So yeah, keep it in mind.
Yeah.
All right, we finally made it. Okay, so now when I have this first pose, again, I will never ever start to draw, start to do animation on this what's the detail level. I will make now a simplified version of it. I can copy paste my head because it won't change. This is okay. This is model, arms. I can copy to brush and put it like stamp in place right here. All right. Now I'm taking the red. Actually, I can take. All right, no, I will do. Yeah, I will do just this. Structure. And actually, I forgot to draw my body. Also turn it to one direction. So it's gonna be. Yeah, actually, it's fine. Yeah, I will maybe keep it. Yeah, I will keep like it is now. Maybe this pocket will go a bit to the front, and we have to check if it is. Yeah, it's in the same line. Perfect. This is, and this is correct. Yes, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. All right, let's go to the structure. Let me call it structure. Yeah. And simplify it. All right, here's a first rule. How do we know how large or our legs or arms should we have to draw. Basically, first of all, you have to figure it out what's volume of your body. Then you create a dot inside in the center of your body, of your chest. Make a perpendicular line toward the bottom of the arms and check distance from one to another. You see, it's more or less the same.
Yeah.
So this is correct. The same thing you have to do with your pelvis. Here, my body in my pelvis is more or less the same. So I do the same. But if you have like a torso and pelvis, and if it's like slightly going towards, yeah, you have to make it the same from your pelvis. And I'm doing from my pelvis. And what I see, my distance from the hill should be the same as my distance from the toe to this line. And what do I see? I see it's not correct, right? I see that my front leg is too much to the front. So this is a problem. So I'm going down and I'm making it closer to the center. Or I can do it with my opposite leg. Go to the opposite side, like backward. But you have to remember that bigger distance between your legs, bigger the arc your character will do. So it's gonna go down, go up, also bigger. So I prefer to make it like more or less moderate, like not too much. So I just make it like here. And become, yeah, it's still, but I can make my back leg move a bit behind. Like this. So it's more or less now correct. So that's it. Oh yeah, okay, another thing. When you're gonna do a structure, it's important to understand where your legs actually connecting to the torso, your pelvis, for example, and it should be the same here. So basically, you have to draw your short connection here. Look, it starts from here, goes here. Yeah. So I can draw my legs blue, or for example, my left leg blue, right leg red. Yeah. Okay. Same for the arms.
While you're putting the arm in, we have a question from Yashvi. Is there a reason why you're keeping the knees straight in this walk? Mainly because it's the contact pose. Knees are going to be straight.
Yeah.
There you go. And also there's a bigger question from Danana, KPNJ. Do you have any advice for getting into the business and landing jobs with studios?
Basically improving your reel. This is the main point. Yeah, you cannot get to the job if you have no skills.
Yeah, that's fair.
Your skills, you basically have to put your works into social media, Instagram, get followers, and then people from the studios will notice you, and like that you're gonna get jobs.
That's true. And I think, let me check out, if I'm remembering this right, we do have a live stream. Animation Club school that talks about compilation of the reel, what are good things to remember when you're putting it together.
Yeah.
If I find it, I will share the link with you. Yeah, this is it.
All right, so we finally have this structure. I have only the main head and my torso. And now let's begin to move it finally. All right. So, like I said, we're gonna have only 8 poses. But you have to understand what arcs your character will do. So basically, your side view, since we're going to the right, our character is in the contact pose and he's standing right here. This is first pose. Second pose, we're gonna make a squash pose, basically, when our character moving forward, but he only receives his weight and he basically should bend the knee and he received the weight, that's why he goes a little bit down. Then he is making his legs straight and he goes up again. And then he's in the full like straight leg, and he going even higher. So he's basically in the passing position. So in the highest position here. So basically, we're gonna since we're working in we walk in the same spot, we have this kind of arc. So this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. You have to remember that distances between these poses should be equal. You cannot do kind of this. This is gonna make your animation be like he's like popping all the time up or down or something like this. Like it should be irregular, right? Distances should between the poses should be exactly the same. And in the side view, I mean, this was a side view, but in the front view, it's more or less the same, except one thing. We're shifting our weight from one leg to another when we're lifting it. For example, when we lift our right leg, we move our body to the left leg because it's only one on the ground and it's only one carrying our weight. And to not fall down, we have to shift the weight, and that's why it creates this arc. So this 5 then goes to opposite side, 6, 7, and 8, and then 1. So this is gonna be for the like front view. But in another thing, what is gonna help you? Frames 1 and 3 1, 3, 7, etc. should be on the same level. Frames 2 and 4 also the same, but vertical level. So you can see that your second and fourth, it's exactly the same vertical position. I mean, I'm sorry, the same horizontal position, but vertical is different, right? So this is what gonna help you to keep your character with good arcs. So this that we're gonna do right now. We're gonna start to move our character. We start to do it with our side view. So you're gonna go. Actually, we can do it like both. Look, I'm doing it very smartly. I'm just copy pasting and moving together. See, down, up, then up again. I'm checking my 2 frames before it was here, and now I'm just going higher above this line of my head that I was using. And now we're making loop here. Let me check now. So you see, our character is already making 1 step, right?
Yeah.
So we have to do only one thing, make the same movement to opposite side for the front view. So we just basically copy pasting. I can, yeah, it's from the beginning. I can make like stamp in place. And now basically I'm doing the same thing, but up in opposite direction. And now let me check. Look how it's going. So see, my rabbit on the front view is already making 2 steps. See,
Amazing.
It's transferring the weight to left and right, left and right. All right. All right. Cool. So basically, we have to do the same thing for the basically side view. So basically, what I'm doing, I'm duplicating. I'm deleting these drawings from right side, and I'm just shifting it here. Look, easy, right? We have both rabbits walking the same arcs. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good, right? It was not the difficult moment. I hope so. All right, let's merge it together. Now, what we have to do, we have to go on the first and the fifth, between first and fifth, make a mark. Mark, it's incredibly useful tool. I call it like one of the secret techniques of animation. Basically, you can bend you can make it like a shortcut, assign a key for this shortcut. It's, in my case, it's a K, and this option calls image marks set, and Shift K, image marks clear, and jump between the marks, the frame that I choose to only see, to flip between them, it's 1 and 3, image marks previous, image marks next. So basically, when you see, I put my red frames on the 1 and the 5th pose, and I can just flip between them. And basically, what I have to do, I have to just, for example, flip my body here, and like 1, 2, 3, 4 should be the same, just flipped, because my leg is changed, right? Same for the side view. But side view is not changing. I mean, we have to redraw it. But what's gonna change is basically the legs in front view. So let me draw them. So I decided that this leg will be blue, just to not get lost. Okay, yeah, I will just make it like here. It's not really important. The most important, I mean, it is important, but I think more important is just to carry the shorts lengths. We'll see. You see, every character is a little bit different, so you have to create your own approach. The knee will be right here, and this knee will be exactly the same here. I mean, actually, it's not. It can be a little bit different, but just to make it simpler, I make them the same for now.
And it's the same like with the turnaround. We keep the legs in perspective to give that feeling, but the rest of the body, making it in perspective is more of a choice.
Yeah.
See how much you can complicate it.
Also important to draw everything transparent, to see exactly where they're connecting to the body. Oh, actually, this leg should be red.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. We're just gonna make it red. Actually, this is wrong. It should be other panel. I don't see this is sketch panel. Ah, yeah, it's here. RGB red. Good.
Nice. Yeah, coming back to that conversation about software, very plenty of options to make it as streamlined as possible.
Yeah. So let's assume that we have a connection here, and you have to make your structure very close to the, not close, just in immediate, like kind of exactly the same in terms of volume to your design. Okay. So look, I'm just basically simplifying. I'm not drawing anything like any lasers, like lasers, right? It's called
laces. Yep.
Yeah, laces or any details, just the volume for now. Yeah, it's also actually I can draw the sole. All right, and the arms. So this, you have to draw the shoulder, and this arm is right here. It's better to understand where they connects. Basically, again, structurize it to understand every joint. And track it. Again, this exercise is extremely difficult. One of the most difficult exercises in the course, believe me. And they should be symmetrical, right? They should be on the same level. Just one goes up, I mean, one goes toward the camera, one up in opposite direction. And again, it should be red. And again, we have to draw our shoulders. Exactly the same positions. You also can make it on different layer. Maybe it will be more kind of easy to track. All right. So again, this was the first frame. Now this is our fifth frame. And again, like I said, it should be symmetrical. Right? Just making, I mean, it should be the same, just flipped.
Only probably the colors should be reversed as well.
Yeah, like this. Like they are, and this and this, right, will be in different directions. Same here. Like it goes behind, blue goes forward. So you see, we have already 2 frames from 8. Basically fully drawn, basically. I mean, at least for the front view. Let's go the same thing for the side view.
Reminds me of the
yeah, I'm sorry. From the you know, from the side, it probably looks like it's easy, but you know, I'm doing it for already 8 years, so it's kind of planned for me. But for you, you're doing it first time, probably.
Yeah.
Or first time in this way, so this is not that easy, like how it looks like.
Definitely.
This is arms, okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I will cut the arms. Cut to the layer. All right, and then the legs. So this one. So okay, we have blue. The top point is going to be here, and the lowest point will be here. So this is going to be like this. And this is correct. Lowest point is here. Aha, you see, my body is not correct. It's not the same. See, my bottom of the pelvis should be higher. And this is what we should change everywhere now. See, I'm basically changing. I mean, when you select something and you have the same tool, you press 2 times enter, it's adjusting to the previous, how to say, change. It's repeating the same change over and over. So now I have correct positions, and yeah. Now I have to do the same thing for opposite. For the short over here. Yeah. All right, and the leg. It connects here, so yeah, it's correct. These lines I don't need anymore. Oh, it's important to have a vertical axe for the front view, to not you know, get lost in terms of where it goes, to the left or to the right.
Yeah.
Same here, better to have it just in case. Here I can also simplify it, or if I'm confident, I can keep the volume fully Here, I think I will not draw this for now. All right, and remember that your leg is standing on the upper line. This leg is on the upper line, the higher one, and this is on the lower line of the perspective. Okay, yeah. All right, and yeah, obviously our knees, they will be the same. Even if our legs, like feet standing or not in the same position, it's not the big deal. The knees, I prefer to have it the same. All right, and yeah, that's it. Basically, again, we're gonna do it the same on the 5th frame.
And while you're putting the pose down, I will remind everyone that this is the perfect time to join our other students in the upcoming February class and become one of them. You will get to learn, study, and practice everything you know through challenging, but as I said, rewarding exercises like this that will basically cannonball you into your animation journey. So, and as I said, we already have classes ranging from 2D traditional animation and visual development to a full short film creation. And on the short film creation course, you are basically getting a real studio's experience crafting a short film. Every time it's something different, but it's always very interesting with a bunch of other talented students. And of course, that's an amazing piece to put into your show reel, which is, as we already discussed, a big part of how to land animation jobs and the like. So
yeah, exactly. So okay, this leg gonna go lower, right, on that line, and this gonna be on the higher line because we flip them. I also have to change the color. It's gonna be blue now. It's gonna be red. So we see, yeah. See, our legs just get flipped. Have to do the same thing for the arms. Just copy pasting here. And this is even easier. And we just changing the colors, just not get lost. Red and blue. This is our front. Yeah, so basically that's it, you see? We just moved our left arm to the front, basically. Easy, right? Again, this looks super complicated, but when you make it correctly, step by step with me, you chew this elephant bit by bit, right?
yeah,
It's gonna make it, yeah, work. All right. Again, to the most complicated frames we already have. Now we have another two, and it's gonna be the third frame and seventh. And they are also all in one line. Yeah, remember that, right? From the beginning, from my this structure above.
Yep.
1, 3, 7, right? It's all in one line. These ones, they're most important ones. Okay, so why that's so important? Because this is a moment when we have, for now, for legs, we're not going anywhere. We're just working with the body. Again, on different years, I started to work with the walk cycle differently. This is, I believe, this is the most efficient way now. After 8 years of education, of teaching, I think this is the most important one, and an easy one, let's say. All right. So, third pose, important one, because this is the pose where you will have our torso fully frontal. And now actually we can go back to our cute rabbit and use again our model, right?
Ah, that's true.
And draw again with its help. Animation is very difficult and slow and etc. etc. So you have to be smart. You have to work efficient and fast.
Makes sense. Most of the time, people will pay you for the seconds, not the hours.
Yeah. All right. And the same actually will be for the arms. Which arm we had? Okay, so. Oh, actually, I have to change the colors of the arm because we have our left arm blue and it should be opposite. It should be red. It should be blue. It's never gonna change. Actually, just to not you know, kind of lose where is which leg. Same here. Blue. All right. So here, going back. I'm drawing blue arm. I can check where it was two frames before. Okay. Anyway, this arm is a little bit temporary here. We're gonna check where exactly this arm will be in the side view, because side view is the most important frame for us. For now, I'm just drawing this arm because I have the guideline, but it's not the case maybe for you. So we'll see. For now, I'm drawing it. But it's just information that actually arm should be longer, and it means that here it should be shorter. So, and this, if it should be shorter, this goes up. Have to lift it a bit, maybe like even like this. It's even easier. And this. Why is going to be shorter? Because we have the pendulum movement. You will see it on the front, on the side view. I will go to the side view as well and do the same.
We actually have a question from S Animates. Do you know of a good place to get model sheets like that just for practice, or do you recommend drawing a model sheet for each walk cycle?
I recommend you to find the model sheet, and basically in the internet, there is, if you just Google it, like put it like, or Pinterest, like model sheet and certain character, the name of it, you're probably gonna find it.
I
No
personally
problems.
can recommend the Art of Animation website.
Exactly.
Character design references. They have a huge library of a lot of different characters, different styles, more realistic, anime, cartoony, and a lot of the times they have scanned art books which have model sheets of the characters that were used in the production from the front, side view. So you can basically do the same process with another character.
So you see, my pants, I mean shorts, become longer. They become like, because they're straight, I can see the full length of it. There is no perspective distortion. Perspective, you know, like cutting. So okay, we have it, perfect. And we're gonna do the same thing for frame number 7. Actually, I will just delete this. And how many frames you have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 frames behind. And I just place with my out of pack. Out of pack, it's another secret technique. I mean, it's not secret, but I just call it like, you know, secret technique or legendary action or ninjutsus, you know, whatever you prefer. So just like place, I mean, when you open light table, you go here and see numbers right above, and this is your frames. This is like 4 frames behind. And when I click below on this dot, I enable my out of pack. It's basically, I'm taking this piece of paper from peg bar and I'm shifting it whenever I want. In Harmony, it's called shift and trace. In the TV Paint, it's called out of peg. So I just basically move it, clicking like enter, and I have perfect position of my drawing 4 frames behind. It's just like I'm just moved it to my new location where I want it. Just clicking like boom, and look, I'm almost have four frames from 8. Of course, there is some glitches. So there is some glitches, but it's almost. We're going there. Would be better if I would draw them already with wrists. I mean, with the structure of the wrists. You see, it's not fully, but again, I will go back to it when I'm gonna have it in the side view. It's the most important one. Okay. So here as well, we can do it like this. Going to the arm position. Actually, I have to first delete this. And I'm gonna draw my arm. right here. So which arm was where? So this is a red one. Actually, my bad, because I completely flipped with the front one. It's okay. Gonna be a red
I mean,
one.
as long as you understand it, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. All right. So my shoulder will be here. For now, it's gonna change. You will see why. And you see how long my arm is here, because it's like it's pendulum movement. It's getting lower, higher, higher. So you have to keep that in mind. Again, I will explain some certain difficulties with that a bit later. But for now, I won't place it. Actually, before making the arms, I will do it on the front a bit differently. Okay, so shoulders are extremely important. First of all, your shoulders and your pelvis on the first position, on the first frame, on the contact pose, will be the same. I mean, they should be on the same line. Same for this pelvis. Okay, and you have to put a dot in the middle of this line and this line. This is your center of the bar that connects both of your shoulders, and center of the bar that connects both of your legs. All right, and this center of the bar, this bar, will move with your body. Should be the same here. Try to keep it exactly the same. It's very important. So you see, it's on the front and on the fifth, and on the third will be the same, because it's gonna travel with your curvature. This dot will be the same, but this bar no longer gonna be horizontal. Why? Because this leg will be straight on the ground, and this leg will be in the air. And it's exactly why we're moving our character to the right and to the left, because this leg is going up and he's moving his weight towards the leg that's staying on the ground. And this, since this is straight leg, it pushes our pelvis higher here. So what we have to do, have to slightly tilt our bar higher, like this, and tilt our bar through this dot for the shoulders lower, like this. So you see, it's going to be it's going up and down here, and up and down here. You see, so it's tilting, right? This is how we usually work, how we move. Again, different animators makes it differently, but in my case, it's this. You see, I'm tilting my shoulders and my pelvis. Again, this dot should be always in the same position inside your torso. It's moving with your torso. We're going here as well, doing the same thing. But to opposite position. Look, you see? You see, it's not moving anywhere. It's staying in the same spot inside your body. And what this gives us? basically our arm now is a little bit longer, right? Because the shoulder is going higher. And this is kind of staying, should go lower as well. Okay, and it's exactly that's why we need to trace the same like shoulders sizes, like this, like joints like this, and also it's going to be red. Same for the elbows. It's going to be a bit longer because our arm now is straight. Yeah, and this finger gonna be right here. But anyway, first of all, we want to track our shoulders. How they're gonna move down and up. So you see, my shoulder is going up and down. And this will influence the shoulders, obviously, on the side view. So here they are on the same position. But here, this shoulder should be higher. So this arm should be higher, right? But we're tracking. Yep, that's correct. All right. And this opposite arm should be lower, should be here. So what we're doing, we're just copy pasting the same arm. It should be blue. Actually, okay, let's make it this blue. And this should be red. So I see one arm is going higher, one arm is going lower. Let me maybe, again, copy it maybe on different layer, just not get lost like this for now. All right, so since we have this arm, let me check, because this arm will never get stretched or squashed. It's going to be always the same. So it's going to be here and here. Okay, let me check with out of pack how my length is changing. This arm is frontal. Okay. Yeah, I see it should be way shorter. All right. Just drawing it like this. So basically, after you're making the whole body, like the head, torso, and the pelvis, here makes arcs. First, go and make shoulders and pelvis, and then when you're gonna know where your shoulders are, go here, make shoulders, and track the arms. Right? This is very important. Your wrist will be here. Now we're gonna change it on the side, on the front view as well. Because whenever if you're changing something in the side view, you have to change it in the front view because it's the same walk cycle.
While you're tracking the arms, we have some questions from Just Niz 10. They asked several questions, but I think we're going to focus mainly on the first one. What makes a good animated show for children? It's a very wide question, so I think the chat can definitely answer what's important for them as well, because I think it's a very individual thing.
Yeah.
Some people prefer having a very good picture. Some people like having good morals. So there's a lot of ways it can go. Depends
Yes.
also what kind of kids you want to show it to, what kind of effect you want to have at the end. Because obviously there's a lot of stuff on the internet that's just meant to keep your kid busy. And sometimes you just need that. And sometimes there are shows that have underlying bigger morals that will require some conversations with your child afterwards. So it's a completely different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, now I basically drew my arm now correctly with my structure, and I see how different it was from my initial pose. So now I'm changing my arms on the front view. So basically my wrist should be here. You see, I was too close to the model sheet, and it was not adapted to the walk cycle. That's why you have to redo some stuff to make it more, kind of adapted, basically.
Mm-hmm. Compatible, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like this. And opposite. It's okay. It's gonna be here. Damn it, this is the back arm. Just doing it wrongly. I just exactly I flipped my blue. It's back here, blue. It's front here. It's just like completely flipped. Right. Okay. So again, this is going behind. Let me make it different a bit. And the little finger is there. Yeah.
S Animates is asking, do you ever get frustrated when an animation just isn't going right? And if so happens, do you just push through or you start over?
It depends. Sometimes I start over some parts. Sometimes, yeah. If I see I'm going in a good direction, but I just not nailed how to say nailing it, I just push it. And but if I see that it's yeah, it's not going or it's something wrong, I just starting over.
It's fair.
All right. So
I think a lot of the times people advise you to keep your animations, especially if you're not doing the walk cycle where everything's like very mechanical, and there's like a specific step by step you can go through, but more through with, for example, the dynamic shot, to keep it very rough and very loose as much as possible when you're trying to kind of nail the movement and stuff. So you don't get into that sink cost fallacy of, oh no, I did so many like clean frames already, it would be such a shame and so much work I'll have to delete because like I want to do something completely different. And when you're staying loose for as long as possible, you get more opportunities to change something on the fly that feels better to you and the viewer as well. I think we also had another stream that I remember. It was a graduation stream with, let me remember who it was, and I'll send the video in the chat with one of our professionals. And I think he even told, like, I spend like in rough animation and like very, very rough, I spend more time than in tie down or cleanup sometimes. Mainly because I just like to have options open.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So basically here, I also move my pelvis like this. So, yeah, you see, not only my shoulders, but also my pelvis is changing. And this actually gonna be like a straight line. Straight line. Yeah.
We got a question from Just Niz. If you had to choose one kind of favorite film to share with people, I'm guessing it's like an animated one. Which one would you talk about? What would be your all-time favorite film if you had to choose one?
As usual, I think I will suggest to watch The Concrete.
Yep.
I often suggest it.
Also, that's the question for the chat as well. I like to read your opinions as well. And the link for the graduation stream with Damas Pasmani, the one who said he spends more time in rough animation, is also shared below.
All right. All right. So we did first, fifth, and third, and seventh frames. Let me just check it right here as well. We did this, arms, yeah, okay. And then this, okay. Okay, this is not correct. I'll just flip and stamp in place. So you see, it's not very efficient to go straight ahead and make like all animation by your eyeballs, because so many things going differently here. So you have to make it like on by keys first, and then track it, and then make it like in betweens like we have here. Like, so basically we have 4 frames, like first, third, fifth, seventh, and then we're gonna make another frames. But now after the arms, we're gonna go to the legs, because the torso, it's a 50% of our success of the whole walk cycle. Legs, it's a 30%, and arms, it's only 20. I'm just doing them now because I started from the top, but actually I usually suggest to go after the torso to the legs. We're going to today be differently.
Since I was asked to reveal my favorite animated film, I would say for me it's Cat Soup. Nekajiro Soul, I think it's called. Just a very interesting. I saw it when I was, I think, a little bit too young. I didn't think I was a target audience, but it was on a rental disc, and it looked like cute cats and stuff. It looks very weird, very interesting. People have a lot of theories what's actually happening in the film, and it's very magical. I'd say it couldn't be replicated in like live action ever. I think it the same kind of goes for a lot of animated stuff. They have that like magic that can be replicated anywhere else. So, and it's called Cat Soup. Another thing I would put also is Son of White Mare, which is interesting. It was created in 1981 in Hungary, and it's just very visually interesting, very pretty, and also I recommend watching it. Also, it has horses. I like everything that has horses.
So
It's
basically,
very easy.
so you see,
Sure.
I'm checking this arm, the height from this shoulder. I'm checking with it, and now yeah, and just I'm placing it to the same position. So now yeah, we can see on the side view fully working arms. They are exactly the same. We just copy paste them basically and turn flipped, and now we have to check exactly the same position for the front view. For example, the elbows and the fingers. For example, here my elbow is here. Yeah, so my elbow will be a bit bigger. My wrist is gonna be here. Yes. And yeah, my fingers going there. All right. Yes, now everything is working. Checking this. Yeah, it's the same. And now going to the third. So my red, yeah, you see it's not exactly the same. So this is my wrist. This is my elbow. So you see, I first of all, I did my shoulders placement on the front. Then I went to the side. I did my movement of the arms first there, and then I went back and checking the fingers once again and everything like wrists, elbows, etc. to match it everywhere. Should be exactly the same. Right, and the blue one should be even lower, right? Because it's the shoulder is going down. This arm will be straight like this, with no perspective distortion. Yeah, now it's finally working. It was a bit chaotic, but now it's good.
Just gotta trust the process.
Yeah.
We have a question from Animates. What do you do when your motivation is low and you don't want to animate? Do you have any
Rest.
tips and tricks on getting back into it? Yep.
Probably rest.
You can have a nap, a walk.
Yeah. No, it means if you, in general, if you love animation, right, and it was your dream to do so, right? So, and if you just lose motivation, etc., it means that you're probably tired, or basically you don't know how to improve basically your maybe skills or your situation where you are. For example, if you're stuck in terms of like you don't know what to do next, how to improve your skills, how to get better, obviously it's like we are here to help you, right? To make your skills better, right? So this school was built for. So basically come to these classes and we're gonna teach you. If you're stuck in terms of like shot, like you cannot finish your work, this only advice is just to rest or change the shot, maybe start to do something different tasks. All right, and it's time to go to our legs finally. All right, so again, the same principle. Third frame, look at the pelvis position where we have our one leg, where we have our another leg. It's here, you see this pelvis should be the same there. And actually, this is the same, this is the same. So if I'm gonna turn like this is gonna be the same. Not really. Okay. One is like this, one is like this, so it's probably gonna be so yeah, I'm changing my my pants position accordingly to what I have, what I did on a third frame. Because you see, it's always going forward and going backward, changing something if you see that something is not matching. Because on the side view, your legs, your shorts, your you know, everything, all volumes should be the same all the time. So blue is here and red. Pasting, changing to the red. Maybe here. Yeah, this is my red leg. here the red should be above, blue should be below. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be basically the same, but opposite. This is red, this is blue. As you see, it's not easy, right? To track everything and to keep everything in head. All right, okay, we're getting there. Okay, so to do the legs, we have to remember one thing. You have to import a ruler, basically. You have to find some ruler, and for example, in the internet. Okay, my mouse is back. For example, whatever ruler you're gonna pick, it's better to have, for example, like this is perfect, I think. To have, yeah, clear numbers. So, all right. So it's important to have your heel from behind, I mean, from the front leg on 5, and your heel from opposite leg on 1. So you see, my one heel is on 5, this heel is on 1. This is very important. And this leg should move every frame. I will do it like every frame to 1 frame behind. Check main model.
We have a question from Just Nis. How to measure that foot placement while animating in perspective, like in the front view?
Yeah, I will show you. I'll show you. So basically, see my front leg is going like frame by frame, 1 centimeter toward this frame. And when it's gonna be here, next frame, it should be on 0 already. And it should be in the air. So on 0, it's gonna go only with radius. So basically, if you create a radius here, it's gonna go to the 0. It means that it needs to move already kind of, not fully backwards. This. Then I'm taking this again. And we're gonna move forward. Our leg, when it's going forward, I mean in the air, it's going very close to the ground. So we have only 2 frames to get to there. See. So if I check, you see?
Oh, yeah.
Only this frame, when it's going to the 0 here, it should go a bit more like here. And then this will be here. Yeah. Yeah, it's already making step, right? So now let's go and make it fully with the leg. So again, so this distance from here, I mean, actually, again, we have to measure our leg from this point. So this distance will never, and this distance will never change, right? So we have, we're gonna measure with, again, with our marks first. This one, check 2 frames before. This frame was, this leg was in front. It should be, let me check. Where this is here, all right. Yeah, okay, so this knee, this leg, and this. All right, it's gonna be in this position. Then here, let me check the distance again. 4 frames from this leg, from the front is behind, and checking the length. All right, my knee is not the same. All right. And what about my distance from the knee to the ankle? Yeah, it's more or less the same. Yeah, because we have it here. Yeah, perfect. That's good. Now we're going forward. And since this leg is going down, this pelvis is going down, this part, and this, you see, your beginning position of the leg is lower now. It should be also lower here. You see, out of peg is your best friend here on this exercise. But you see how long it is. You cannot make just legs straight here, right? So you have to figure it out, like how to make your, like your leg position correct, and not squash it. Means that you have to bend your knee.
Finally, we got to the bending knees.
Yeah, you see, boom. We bend the knee. And we have the same length of the leg everywhere. All right, let's go and do the same for the opposite leg. Mhm. Basically, the opposite leg will be the same as like 4 frames in front.
We have a question. While doing a professional walk cycle, for example, in a studio, and it's in perspective, do you animate both side and front? I'd say no. Probably only animate what you're supposed to show on the screen.
Yeah, it depends. Depends what task you're doing. Sometimes if you just like again the practice, it can be both. But if you're doing it for the production purposes, it's usually only one, because you're basically making a walk cycle and then they just place it in the like on the screen and the character just walk. You don't have to make it on only if your character in the project making different walk cycles, different directions, like in different camera angles. Okay, so what we have all okay except this one. We're gonna have this is gonna be on the ground. Mm-hmm. So at 5-4, okay, so I have to draw again my boots. And 3, then 2, and 1. Okay. All right, and here we're gonna have this leg. Mhm. Now I'm checking the length from the front view. Front view, it's a red leg.
We actually have a question, also pretty interesting, that my mind can process how professionals animate walks in perspective and know where to make foot contact precisely. Actually, we have a very good stream. I think you'll enjoy it very much. I think it was building perspective, and I also think you'll like learning to animate run cycle. Because there, I think the rabbit, let me check just to be sure, runs in perspective, and we have some conversations about placements and how to make it work, basically. Let
Yeah.
me see. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. So I'm gonna share both links.
Sometimes if
Eventually.
you have problems here with your length of the lower leg, you can lift your heel a bit,
Mhm.
just to kind of cheat a bit to make it like
Yeah.
shorter lower leg. All right.
Whoa,
finally
these
it's
are going
working.
very smooth.
Okay, and now we're going to make the same ruler for the front. Where your heel is on 1.
Mhm.
It's probably very difficult to see. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. But I will make it even smaller because perspective is very big here, and 0 will be here. Right, yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and if you can see, we have our heel of the front leg, the front on the 1. It means we, the opposite heel is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be on 5. So you move this leg 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this heel goes to the, actually stays on the 5 leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it stays on 5. You see this heel? I did it with the sole. This I drew my sole. It stays on 5. So basically, this how you measure where exactly your heel gonna be. But between the heel and the toe should be 2 like lines. Okay, this is how we usually work, just to keep the same distance. And also remember, when your leg is standing on the ground, it should go always straight without any diagonal movements. So basically, when your leg, for example, here, next frame is going on the ground, basically keeping the same volume. Your heel is going behind, so it's basically standing on the 2 now, and your toe going toward the 0, because we have 2 2 lines, right? So look, it's just like this, you see? And now it's gonna go up every time. So let me make this. Like this, and then it's going forward. So we're here, and then yeah, you see it should be like this. This I'm talking about only about the soles, right? You see?
Yeah.
How it's going.
Yeah.
Perspective. Same for the opposite leg. So we start from here. So we copy this.
We have a question. Where would approximately the horizon line would be in the shot? Like somewhere around the
somewhere
knees.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere here. Because perspective is quite flat here.
Mm-hmm. And we are making it a little easier for ourselves to not put everything in complicated perspectives.
Yeah. So this is how it's gonna work.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
There's so much drawings already that brain can fill the empty spots. I can see the walk cycle.
Basically, this is how it's gonna work. So we see I was just basically raising the ankle with the heel together.
Yeah.
So in the walk cycle, everything that's above the knee should be on the same line, except everything that below the knee, right? Because you can see this knee and this knee, they are not in the same level. So this is important. So this leg will be completely purely straight here. Like this. Knee will be somewhere higher. Yeah, this knee will be higher, and this knee same will be higher here, because they're going closer to the kind of horizon, so it's going to be higher.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me fix. It's going to be a very okay. We're coming close to the end basically, because the most important frames we did. So basically, let me fix my torso and in the front view. Torso in the front view basically is rotating, right? It's going left and right. And the beginning, it's always slow in, slow out. So basically we have this five different position, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And here, this closest position to the end, it's basically slow in, slow out, acceleration and slowing down. That's why we're gonna be close to the green one. Green one, it's my previous frame, it's the beginning. So I will draw close to the green by going toward the orange position.
While you're drawing it out, I'm going to read a question. I heard somewhere to master animation, we need to master some exercises like the seaweed and bouncing ball, and these two are enough. I wouldn't say they would be enough. You definitely gotta try making harder and harder exercises for yourself.
Yeah.
But a lot of these basic exercises are all about timing, spacing. You get to practice principles like just we've mentioned ease in, easing out. And I think it's a good start And then eventually when you feel comfortable, try something more complicated, because all of the like animation, like here we have the pendulums, the basically spheres going from one place to another, but because there's so much of them and they influence each other, it's becoming like a harder and harder process to see what influences what. So I would say to master animation, no, but to start.
Yeah, because seaweed is basically only overlapping action.
Yeah.
And but there is so many things to learn. I mean, like 12 principles. You cannot learn 12 principles only based on 2 exercises, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
That's
enough.
it's pretty basic, right? Exercise like seaweed. It's not like something like walk cycle where there is complex, like a lot of principles here, like slow in, slow out, like overlapping action and in the wrists and blah blah, blah, and it's a lot here.
Yeah, exactly. I would recommend to really getting a good foundation in animation and all these 12 principles is going through the first class, because it does have the bouncing ball, it has the tail, but also you are able to build much like more stuff on top of it, which kind of solidifies it. Granted, some knowledge from course 1 only really solidifies on course 3, but it's a very good way to get your foundations in order.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and let me remind everyone that the courses start in the beginning of February. So you're in the best place right now to decide to join them and become part of the school. I think you can find a link in the description for the courses. And obviously, there are foundations, there are body mechanics, acting, and there's, of course, short film creation. And depending on your level, you can basically either start your animation journey or you can continue it and get to a new level for yourself.
So basically, I'm just making as like in between. So see, I'm using out of pack, placing my character's torso into one position from my previous and next frame, and drawing. I mean, I would call it breakdown, but just to make it simpler, to not explain what breakdown means, just like in between is more a common name for the frame that I placed between 2 frames. Obviously, I'm placing it closer to the orange one now because it's slowing down. All right, it's here and here. Yeah, you see that's my
Ooh.
pelvis, my
Yeah.
knee, sorry, shoulders, and the torso. There's the whole buttons and like a rotating, right? So yeah, and let's go do real quick this same thing for the side view. You see, I'm rotating it, and my torso is just like going left and right. And now it should be straight position, something in between.
We have a question. I was doing a flag animation because I was trying to study curves, but I wasn't able to keep it consistent. Any advice? Yes, we did a stream that is called Keep It Consistent. I'll try looking for it right now, but it's basically like about this, how to keep your shapes, volumes consistent, how to basically track everything properly.
And also flag animation. We have the stream. I mean, the flag like overlap or like wind animation.
What's it?
Okay. this knee should go forward. I will speed up because we have not much time left.
Yeah, I think this stream has been one of our like on the longer side. I think we've been here for, wow, we started
2.5 to
2.5, two more, 2:45 more or less.
yeah. Sorry guys, I have to speed up. Basically, you basically understood the process.
Yeah. I think it's good that it was long and kind of showed all of those steps because these are steps that are very important to laying the foundation of the walk cycle.
Yeah, like
Obviously,
I said,
you'll have to like polish the shapes and everything, but this is the core of it.
Yeah, like I said, this is the one of the most difficult exercises in the school. So
I remember this conversation a lot, but with some of my classmates, we were discussing which was our favorite, least favorite exercise, which one we found most simple, most complicated. And it was very interesting because for me, the walk cycle was very complicated because it had this like very rigid set of instructions you have to do, like you have to make everything work in perspective and everything. And it was very like more easy on the dynamic shot because you could do whatever you want. Like there's just like a lot of perspective. You can play around with it, and I found it much more comfortable. But my friend, who's actually a moderator on the server, Air, they already worked in the industry for a little while. When they joined the school, they were doing cleanup, and in general, they're much more methodical person, I'd say. And I think right now they're studying either programming or engineering as like a second education, which is incredible. And they told the opposite. For them, the dynamic shot was the hardest one because it was so free. It was like too many choices. It was paralyzing. And for them, the walk cycle was kind of not, I would say it's not an easy exercise, but they found themselves most comfortable doing it because it had like a very rigid step-by-step like base that you had to do. And their walk cycle was amazing. I think they also did Chell. I don't know if they did the Chell, that one that we're having on the picture right now, but they did an amazing walk cycle.
Yep. So basically, we're gonna be it's gonna go to on the pendulum. It's going to be some overlapping action as well. We didn't cover it yet. Again, this is very difficult exercise, so that's why it was so time consuming. So just gonna eyeballing everything.
We've been getting a lot of thank yous for the stream today. Some people are calling it a masterclass. You're also free to go to our YouTube channel and click on the live button, and we have plenty of other masterclasses that you would probably enjoy very much on a lot of different topics. And there's a bunch of live demos and discussions like this one today. We also have some stuff like Loop-de-Loop, where I do something a little bit more simple. We have Community Spotlight. The last one we had was with one of our students. So you can draw with us and listen to their experiences being in the school and learning animation. And of course, one of my personal favorites is the graduation streams. So for people who pass all of their classes with kind of the highest degrees, like the best students basically, they get an opportunity to meet and get their portfolio reviews by an industry professional. and they look at the shots, they tell you what can be done better, how can they be organized better for a better kind of reception. And also a lot of these people who we invite are also either doing some kind of production or are in charge of animators. So they also, like Edward, have the experience of finding and hiring people and telling their unique perspectives on what are they looking for specifically, which is also, I think, kind of important and swings us back to the question on how to land industry jobs and how to become a part of the industry in general. So yeah, feel free to watch to your heart's desire.
So you see, it's just like partially tracked, as I said in the beginning, and partially just eyeballing.
Yeah.
So we did kind of 4 weeks in 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
In 3 hours. So yeah, basically this is it.
Wow.
Let me just turn off the model on the first drawing is here. So yeah, again,
Ooh.
this is pretty complex, and there is a bunch of stuff that I didn't
Yeah.
mention yet. Again, it's still pretty rough, and I say I just speed up and finish everything like in 15 minutes, basically, and
That's fair.
it's working, but it's not perfect because again, there is so many things to track, to animate, some overlapping action, head rotation, tracking the wrists, tracking the hands, tracking the fingers, tracking the shoes, you know, distances from the knee to the ankle, blah blah blah. So many things. Yeah, and this tracking everything, mastering this you know, way of thinking, right, makes you more capable, like Kata said, and it's true. I can say that people are divided. I mean, animators are divided on kind of maybe two, or beginners animators divided on two you know, like camps. Some more with specific brain who can easily you know, do something like structurized, very like with the ruler and, you know, arcs, etc., etc. They handle it easy. But usually they struggle with the drawing skills, with the I mean, with the natural alive motion, and you know, like it's how I usually see this pattern. Another camp, it's when people you know, prefer to draw something like very alive, or just like straight ahead, like you know, there's a beautiful line of action, etc. And they struggle with this type of like structurized you know, assignments. And the goal is to know both well.
Exactly.
To be good in very alive, very dynamic, very like with a strong line of action, with the strong you know, poses, and you know, like how to say, juiciness in the line, in the poses. And also be good in being straight, being direct with the volumes, with the arcs, tracking, etc., etc. Because in animation you have to do both. You have to track your character, and you have to first like create his action. Otherwise he's going to be stiff and not expressive.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
So that's it for today.
Yeah, I think this concludes our workshop or masterclass, some might say. Thank you, Edward, for showing us this live demonstration. This is really like at least 2 weeks of work for people who are only starting the exercise. So this is very, very useful. And of course, giving us a lot of great insights. This is perfect for those who will be doing this for the first time, and also for those who want to try it out on their own kind of horsepower. Of course, thank you, Vitaly, for running the stream very smoothly. It's been longer than usual, but everything has been just smooth as butter. So many kudos to you as well. And for all of you writing and asking questions, I wanted to remind everyone that it doesn't matter if you're only starting or continuing your animation journey. If you're looking for a new goal you want to achieve this year, then this is the perfect time to join our courses and become part of the school. You can study 2D traditional animation, you can go for visual development, or you can become a part of creation of a short film. And these courses will give you enough knowledge to jumpstart your work in the industry. So thank you so much for chatting with us today. And of course, see you on the next workshop, or see you in class. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, this is Animation School. My name is Edward Kurchevsky, and I'm professional 2D animator based in Paris.
Bobby, would you care for a piece of pie?
I studied animation over 10 years in one of the top schools in the world, and now I'm ready to share my knowledge with you. In the past 4 years of teaching, my students achieved remarkable results and working in studios like Cartoon Salon, Skiad, studying in schools like Gobelin l'École de l'Image and CalArts.
I'm not sure what we've got here, Charlie. But if we've got what I think we've got something.
Our goal is to prepare qualified professionals in a short amount of time during our intense course. We are here to also create a bridge between you and studios and help you find your first professional position in industry. Online studying became one of the most important parts in worldwide education system, and I am pretty sure with us you will achieve great results. Good luck!
Because that's what I mostly have.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it.
Well, hold on. Maybe before we make the deal, I can eat one last cupcake.
Don't tell me you're not the same person. You're always my husband and I've been waiting.
Hey, look, I made a bridge. It only took me like, what, 10 seconds? 11 tops.
Gentlemen, we're just here to talk with that man. We don't want any trouble. Most of us.
Сейчас ничего не получится. Сейчас все получится.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well,
Broomhild here is my property. And I can choose to do with my property whatever I so desire.